Good morning everyone, it's the 3rd of July. I'm Gareth, or BigFriendlyWarGamer again, as always. I'm going to do another hour or so of painting. This will probably be split up into smaller chunks again because it's still fairly warm. And sitting here sweating into my leather chair isn't a good thing. And as usual, I tell you what I've got on my paint table. I've got the unit of Harlequins, which I completed last week. I've got my Death Company, which I completed last week. And I've got the Chaos Chosen, which I completed last week. They're just sitting there to like remind me that I can paint. And I've got another troop of Harlequins on my desk, along with a Shadow Seer and a Death Jester. And this is my Void Weaver, which is coming on fairly nicely. We also have 30k Arrowman, who I still haven't touched yet. I will get to. 3 Necron Wraiths, and various other things that at some point I might get around to painting. But mostly today I'm going to be painting the Harlequins because it's the army for my slow grow, and they're coming on very nicely, so I want to keep painting them. I got quite a bit done in Games Workshop on Friday, so I haven't painted since because I had a busy weekend and stuff, but hey ho. So we're just going to start off, we're going to put these are the Harlequin troops that I'm painting. I want to get a second layer of Xandri dust down, just to solidify the colour. So yeah, so I generally talk about my week. Yesterday was our first week at the Conservative Club for Battlelux. We moved location now, and I think it went fairly well. It was smaller than what we used to, but it was always going to be. It was busy though, so it was good. And I got 2 games played with my Harlequins, and well, so I played Shadespire for the first time, which is pretty cool. We played a few other little games, Cult Express again, which I may pick up at some point because I actually quite enjoy that. And we played a few other games, I can't remember what they were called, but yeah, it was generally quite a good day in the evening. Lugging the terrain up and down the stairs is a bit awkward but necessary, so it's fine. But yeah, all in all it seems to be quite a good day, so onwards and upwards. Saturday we had a family thing over my sister's. We had a barbecue, and because my nephews were up in their rooms playing their consoles, which is fine because it's what I probably would have been doing over the weekend if I wasn't painting, we played Cards Against Humanity, which if any of you have played it before, then you know that you can't play that with kids around, so we didn't. The kids were upstairs and we played Cards Against Humanity, which is a game you shouldn't play with your parents. You really shouldn't play with your parents, but there you go. It was funny. It was a laugh. It's a game for drunk adults, really. So yeah, that was Sunday. Saturday, do you know, I can't remember what I did Saturday. No, I really can't remember. It was so long ago. Getting old, memory fades and stuff, you know. But Saturday I was still sorting out some of the club stuff. I had to go to the Battle Brain Club and gave Debbie and Danny their thank you gift for supporting us for the 5 years, and yeah, I think they were quite happy with it. We gave them tickets to see the Meatloaf musical. They're big Meatloaf fans, so it was quite cool. Watched a bit of football while there and tried to jump start a car, but wasn't fun. It didn't get going and nearly caught fire. But yeah, okay, it wasn't my car, so okay, not fussed. So yeah, so I've been watching the football. Football's been good. Certain games haven't been so good, like the Portugal game. Wasn't good. But yeah, most of the others have been good. I didn't watch either of the games yesterday, so the Brazil-Mexico or the Japan-Belgium, because I was at the club. But we've got 2 games today, so I'm going to be watching them. I did a little video of a walk from Uxbridge Town Centre to the club. It should be in my playlist, the one up. Just so everyone could kind of work out where they had to go. So that was good. I did that Friday while I was in Games Workshop. I took a walk at lunchtime, walked up to the Conservative Club. Get some weird looks from people if you're recording while you're walking, but oh well. Hey, I get weird looks from people all the time anyway, so I don't care. So yeah, so that's more or less my week. That's more or less what I've done. Last Tuesday, after I'd done my video, we helped move the terrain to the Conservative Club, and that was quite a long effort, because there wasn't a lot of us there. There was just the elders, and it took a while, but it was fine. It was very hot upstairs in the storage room, but what can you do? So yeah, at times I may have to stop the video that I'm recording, because we're having resurfacing work done on the road outside, and well, when they bother to turn up to do resurfacing work, they're intermittent if they feel like it, and today seems to be a day where they don't really want to do it, so they're not out there at the moment. So I may have to stop this in between if it gets too loud, because like me talking into a camera when you can't hear it, it's kind of pointless. But hey, don't think very many people hear much of what I talk about anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, it's oh, I got my P45 from work at last, so I'm officially a free man. They also paid me some money that they owed me, so I got a bit of wages. So I was expecting nothing from them at all. So I'm just happy that I'm totally clear of the place now. They have no hold over me anymore. And yeah, like I said, I've said before, I'm nervous about starting again with a new job and whatever. But do you know what? It's better than still being there. It's much better than still being there. I'm not anxious about stuff, so yeah, I'm over the moon. And yesterday was my dad's first day in semi-retirement as well, so it's been a bit of a week. So on Mondays now, my dad's kind of at a loose end. I was considering trying to get him to come to the club and play Cards Against Humanity, because he seems to really enjoy that, and it's probably not good that day. But we'll see. Yeah, so for this week, we've got, again, football on tonight. We've got the England-Colombia game tonight. So I won't be painting. Like I'm generally painting during most of the football, except when England are playing. But I may be building some models when England play, because I did a bit of a naughty and I bought some new stuff. So I bought a Wraith Knight, because I'm going to have a Harlequin Wraith Knight, which isn't strictly speaking a legal thing, but there's ways you can do it so it will be perfectly legal. It won't officially be a Harlequin, but it will be in Harlequin colours, and I'm going to do my best to make it look cool, because Elder don't look cool, but my Harlequin Wraith Knight will hopefully look cool. So yeah, he's just going to be armed with a sword and shield, and he's going to have the shoulder mounted guns, which will probably be star cannons, but we'll see. To be honest, I may just not bother with the guns. If there's the option to not take any guns, I might not take any guns. Purely because I want to get him in combat as quickly as I can. So he's going to be marching up the field and charging in. But I've got a few months till I need to get on painting him yet. But he's going to be one of my Titanic things for the year. Or super heavies, or whatever you want to call them. So once I've got on and I've painted ahead of where I need to be for the year, which I am at the moment. I'm on 127, so I'm 7 ahead for the year at the moment, because at the end of last month I needed to be on 120. This is 6th month. So I'm happy with how the painting is going. I've got more stuff I need to get painted. I want to excuse me. I want to start painting my Chaos Blood Bowl team as well. I've been saying that for a while now. So what I'll probably do is later today, once I've finished my video and it's uploading, I will probably undercoat my Chaos team. I've got an idea of how I'm going to paint them. They're going to be blue, so this should look fairly cool. So yeah, that's the Xandri Dust, the second layer on them. And the only one I haven't put paint on so far is the Death Jester, and it's because I'm not sure how I'm going to paint him. Because he kind of stands out from the others because he's got a skull mask, and I could just paint him along the same lines, but his kind of outfit is different. He's got a long trench coat, and I'll get to him. He's going to be the last thing I paint for this 500 points, so I'll get to him eventually. Just going to have a swig of my water because I remember my water today. Right, so we are gonna. See, I want to paint some more of this Void Reaver. It's blue tacked together because I used him at the club last night. So yeah, I played a couple of games of 40k with my Harlequins last night, and I won one. Well, I don't say last night, yesterday afternoon. I won one outright, and then I kind of won the second one because I was the last army left on the table, but I didn't score enough points to actually win, so it's whatever. And what I actually need to do is I need to spray this bit. This is the fighting platform. It's where the gunner stands. I need to spray it Xandri Dust because I forgot to do that bit. I could just paint it Xandri Dust. How much of it can you see? So it's just the platform. I can paint that Xandri Dust. So let's go back to that. So yeah, so the painting is coming on fairly well when I don't get it all over my hands. And I'm going to try and get some more painting done in Games Workshop on Sunday. Hopefully taking my nephew with me, depending on what my sister says. So with this, I'm just going to grab a brush I don't use very often. My Games Workshop based brush. It's this one. And basically what I'm just going to do is just fill in that fighting platform. Just and again, this will need two layers, but that's fine. It's just either I did it like this or I did it by spray paint, and if I did it by spray paint I wouldn't be able to do it till later, so because there's people in the garden and all that, but doing it like this is fine. And all I need to do is solidify that colour up a little bit, and I'll wait for it to dry and I'll do a second layer on it. See, I'm not too keen on these newer Games Workshop brushes because they're the flat edge. It kind of doesn't make sense to me. But for base brushes, they're okay. So I use them from time to time. Not very often. I used it on the purple for the Void Weaver. I really need to get these Harlequin names down because I'm calling them all random stuff. But anyway, what I need to do is, because that's more or less done now, I need to tighten up the tidy up the edge highlighting a little bit, and then paint some blue bits and whatever. But it's more or less down. So, because this is going to be my first Void Weaver, let's do it so the actual, that's my iPad going off. So my Harlequins are purple, cream and turquoise, which most people would be like, that's a weird colour combination for an army, but it's Harlequins, so it's perfectly fine. Basically I'm going to be doing the tail fins to show the squadron, like kind of squadron marking. So the first Void Reaver is going to have the first fin is going to be turquoise, and the second one is going to be the second one, and so on and so on. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the transports yet. They're called Shadow Weavers, I think. I will find that out later. Again, you'll see this is the Xandri dust isn't particularly strong. The light's off because of I've got my blinds open. I needed some air in here because I can't have my fan on, but it's fine. I need to get some air conditioning rather than a fan. It's warm. But I'm out of work, I've got to watch my money, so. So yeah, it's painting the Harlequins is quite enjoyable. I thought I'd be quite aware that I haven't done checks and stuff, but I don't really care. Like, Harlequins are supposed to have like checks on their armour and stuff and whatever. I'm like, I'm not doing that on mine. So yeah, So we're going to leave that to dry and go back to painting another layer on this fighting platform, which should be dry now. And we're just going to use the same brush and the same paints, but we're going to do it in a different angle. So let's go with this angle. Because I've seen lots of people say when you're painting flat surfaces, you paint in one direction. I hate that band. Don't ever say that again. And then when you're doing the second layer, paint it in a different direction. It helps the colours not stand out, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that's the fighting platform done. Well, done as far as the base colours are down. So yeah, I'm going to... I don't know why I licked that brush. Gotta stop licking brushes, it's not nice. So I'm going to go base coat on the fins again. So yeah, I've said before, me and a couple of friends from the club are going to the Forge World Open Day on the 15th of July, which is my sister's birthday. I'll probably never hear the end of that, but I haven't been to a Forge World Open Day before. I haven't been to any of the open days that Warhammer World hosts. And I got in there and I got tickets fairly quick, so we also found out that that could be World Cup final day. Well, that will be World Cup final day. Who knows, England might be playing in that. I don't know yet. We won't know yet for a week or two, but we'll see. Three of us that go in are football fans and one's not, so I may just stream it to my iPad, but we'll see. Should get fairly good coverage on the motorway on my iPad, so yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm just aware that the diggers and stuff are around again. There's noise outside, so get this done and I may take a quick break while they continuously make their noise. And I need to get up and walk around anyway because it's getting a bit hot. Like it's 20 to 12 in the morning and it's 30 degrees out, so yeah, I'm just going to clean my palette off and then I'm going to go grab a cold drink from downstairs. I know I've got my water there, but it's not exactly cold. And yeah, I will, because I can then leave models, give models time to dry and stuff as well, so it's okay. So I can come back and I can shade all of the Xandri dust in one go. So I'll take a quick break and I will be right back. And I'm back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get my wash brush. How we're going to put a shade on all this Xandri dust using Seraphim Sepia. And we're going to start off with the actual Harlequins first. I need to, you haven't painted for a few days, sometimes your brushes go a bit stiff. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, you need to wash your brushes out before you use them after you haven't painted for a few days. So this is just going to be on the bone colour, just giving it a shade. Excuse me. Don't grab something to eat when you're trying to record a video. It's stuck in your throat. So yeah, so having played some 40k and some other games at the club last night, I decided that next week I'm going to try and take my Hero Quest set. Now this is a set that I've been saying that I've had for a long time, and like I haven't played Hero Quest for maybe 20 years, maybe a bit more than that. And having watched Guerrilla Miniature Games, who is run by Ash Baker, he did a playthrough of the first mission of Hero Quest, which I watched this morning before I got up. Generally speaking, because of me not working now, I wake up really early. Like, it hasn't taken me long to get out of my sleeping pattern of working nights. Didn't take long at all. So I was up about 6, so I stayed in bed for a little while and I watched this video, and it got me really wanting to play the game. So I've posted up on on the club page that I'm bringing Hero Quest with me. I'll have to make sure I've got enough models to go around, because although my Hero Quest is in a good decent state, it's not really painted. It's not painted at all, really. But again, this may be something that I'm going to undercoat this week. But I need to get these Harlequins done before I start thinking of moving on to other things. The Harlequins is for a slow grow that I'm running at the club. When I say I'm running, it's everyone's kind of running it. And it's 500 points to start with, and this goes for about a month. So I'm not forcing everyone to play 40k all the time. People can play what they like. It's just a case of trying to help people push their painting, getting their armies painted. And 500 point chunks in a month isn't too hard. I mean, I played against a Knight army yesterday, which was 3 models, a Space Marine army and a Death Watch army, which were, I think, about 15 models, and my Harlequins is 13. So it's doable. I mean, I know one guy's playing Guard and Space Marines, and his Guard, he's got like 35 models or whatever in 500 points, but that's up to him. And he's doing quite well on painting as well, so it's fine. Let's get my chair tucked in a bit more and actually paint on camera. It's weird, after 6 months of doing these videos, I still haven't got the hang of actually painting on camera. But then it's a difficult thing. I paint so much that painting on camera is a weird thing. Like, I do it for an hour a week, whereas at the moment, because I'm not working, I'm probably painting for about 15 hours a week, maybe a bit more. And for a lot of people, 15 hours a week would be a huge amount of painting. They get loads and loads done. I don't. But it's because of how I paint. It's how I enjoy painting. I paint slowly. I get the models painted to the standard that I like. And who's to say any other way is better? You know, this the whole thing with this hobby is you do it at your pace. I've probably said this plenty of times before. You do it at your pace. You do what is good for you. And if you have other people telling you it's wrong, it's not, and they're wrong. So yeah. It's and this the other thing, of course, is paint to how you're happy. Paint to a standard you're happy with. You don't. It doesn't have to be every model is an award-winning model. Of course, some people want to paint to that standard, and that's fine. I won't ever. I paint to the standard that I'm happy with, to a standard that I think looks reasonably okay, and I leave it at that. There are some things that I could go back and put more hours into, and generally speaking I will eventually. Say for example my World Eaters. There is a lot of work that needs doing on them, but they're tabletop ready, so quite happy with them being tabletop ready, and at some point when I'm a bit bored I'll get back to them. Just at the moment there's no pressure to. Quite happy with how they've come out so far, so yeah. Just doing the ink on this fighting platform thing on the back of the Void Weaver. And when I call it a fighting platform, it's because on the transport version you do have guys on the back using it as a fighting platform, more or less. Somehow that little area at the back there can hold 6 guys, but I don't know how. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't all be on there. They'd be holding on to the fins and stuff, but they're elves, so they can basically dance on air. If you've ever seen Lord of the Rings, and the bit where they're on in the Fellowship of the Ring, where they're on the going over the mountain in the snow, and if you look closely, Legolas is actually walking on the snow where all the others have sunk into it. That's what elves are like. They're light as a feather. They can walk on rope. That's done in Lord of the Rings as well, I believe. So yeah, it's quite feasible that none of them would be standing on the fighting platform. They'd be like standing on the wings and stuff. But anyway, good old Harlequins. Okay, and the problem is with this now is I've got to wait for the ink to dry. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint some Necrons. No, we're not going to paint some Necrons. We are going to paint not much. I haven't got much on my desk, to be honest. I may paint. Yeah, let's start on the Death Jester. Let's move this to over here, so it's out of the way. And let's get the purples out again, because I put all my purples away. So, one thing I am going to do with the Death Jester, that his long coat, is going to be black. It's kind of a defining feature of the Death Jester, so I think I'm going to go with that. But I'm going to paint his actual sleeves, because his coat it doesn't cover his sleeves, I don't think. And we're going to paint his trousers in the colour of the mask, which is what Harlequin armies are called. And obviously my colours are purple and cream. So let's see how we go. It's going to look like his underclothes are going to be the same colour as the mask, and then he's wearing a big black coat over the top. And I've got 2 more Death Jesters built, although one needs some green stuff work on it, because it's a kit bash model. Basically a kit bash is something where you make a new model out of a number of other models, and I didn't want all my Death Jesters and all my Shadow Seers to look the same, so I kit bashed one of each. But they both need some more work put onto them, mostly green stuff. Green stuff is a 2-part proxy, e-proxy or whatever it's called. It's basically you mix it together and it's like a putty. It's made from 2 parts, which is, funny enough, we have some right here. I didn't turn my camera around. So let's do that now. Yeah, so basically you mix the green and blue, mix the yellow and blue, and it makes a green. And I've actually just screwed my Death Jester up, so I painted purple on the wrong leg. So I'll have to go over that with Zangry Dust anyway, so it's not a problem. No, that just threw me a little bit, but anyway. See, this is the reason why I have finished models on my desk, to remind me how I'm supposed to paint them, because I make mistakes like that. So yeah. So yeah, green stuff. It basically, you mix it with a bit of water, and not a lot of water, just enough to keep your fingers wet and your tools wet and stuff. And you use things like, if I've got one here, I know I have somewhere. So this is a sculpting tool. So you've got one sharp end and you've got a flat end, and you use it to sculpt things. That's why it's called a sculpting tool. And basically what I will be doing with my Death Jester eventually, when I get to him, and the Shadow Seer, is filling in all the gaps in the model, because there will be gaps, because you kit bash models, they're not going to be exactly right fitting, and yeah, we'll see how they go, because I think I'm going to be using them for the slow grow, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So yeah, so that's the first layer of the purple down on the Death Jester. I'll tell you what I could do. Yeah, because the hood bit isn't part of his, this is part of his coat. Yeah, I'm just going to do his coat as black, because I quite like that idea. So yeah, I've just got to let the purple dry a bit, and then I'll do a second layer of purple. It's always better doing a second layer of colour on, say, a purple, where the pigment's not very strong. But the thing is as well, because of the weather, back to the weather again, everything's drying really quick, so it's not a problem. Just swig of my water. So yeah, so I heard on the news, we're back to talking about weather again, we're going to have another 4 weeks of this heat, which is fine. I'm planning to go back to work, well, to start looking for work in the next 2 weeks or so. So we'll see. After the Forge World Open Day, I'm going to start looking for a job again. Or I might just go to an agency and do the easy way. Who knows? So laying the second layer of purple down on this Death Jester. Like I said, the upside of this heat is that you don't have long to wait between layers drying. The heat's drying everything very quickly. Like the shade, you leave a little bit longer because you want to make sure you don't have any wet patches. As we all know, wet patches are bad. But yeah, it's weather. What can you do? You can't moan about it. Gets you nowhere. Not doing anything because it's hot is pointless. So just carry on. You got to understand that having worked for 15 years in a job where during the winter I am freezing cold because I'm unloading trucks outside. During the summer it's steaming hot. What can I do? So I just get on with it. And yes, I'm talking about the weather a lot, but anyway. Okay, so that's the purple on the Death Jester done. And we've got about another, let's say another 15 minutes or so. And like I said, I haven't got particularly lots done today, but I've got some done. So it's fine. So yeah, it's looking quite good at the moment. I'm happy in myself. I mean, I know when I started doing these videos 7 months ago or something, I was not in a good place, and I'm very aware of that. And I'm in a lot better place now than I was then. It seems my anxiety's really gone. It's never truly going to be gone. It's going to be there in bits and pieces and whatever, but it's just proof that my problem was the job I was doing. So yeah, I'm getting on with things now. I'm happier in myself. Everyone seems to be aware of how much happier I am. So yeah, I'm just gonna start enjoying my life. There's no point in dwelling on everything all the time. Now that company is gone, as far as I'm concerned, it's gone now. The company doesn't exist anymore. It does, but in my head, to me, it doesn't. So yeah, it's all good. Yeah, okay. So now the purple's still drying a bit. Whew, let's have another swig of my water. Seems like I'm just killing time waiting for paint to dry, but I literally am just waiting for paint to dry. I don't want to move on to other things now. I want to get these Harlequins finished. So I'm getting Harlequins finished. Now you may be able to see, you probably can't see. I've got a lot of paintbrushes on my desk, and I've got a lot of old paintbrushes. I don't throw anything away. Eventually, they may become useful, especially for if I ruin one of my brushes, do something stupid like paint over superglue, which I've done before. I've got a fallback before I need to go and buy stuff, and for me having a backup is important, because if I'm in the mood to paint, I just want to paint, and this is part of why having all this time off work has been so good, because I've been in the mood for painting, so I've been painting, and I've painted so many different things. For example, my death company. I've had some of these models for years and years and years, and just never really got round to painting them. Here's my Chaos Chosen. He's the champion. So, but now I'm painting them because I've got the time to do it. So I don't recommend everyone to quit their job so they can paint, but for me it was a good thing. So I'm happy. So we're going to go and we're going to shade this purple on this Death Jester. We've got a bit of Drucci Violet. And after I'm done with the video, I'm going to carry on painting, because it's only just gone midday and the first football game of the day isn't till 3 o'clock, so I've got a few hours. And of course the video will be rendering forever, because if you've never uploaded videos to YouTube before, it takes a stupidly long amount of time to do it. Like, you can have the best internet connection in the world, it doesn't matter. So generally speaking, my videos are an hour long, maybe a bit less. My laptop takes 20 to 25 minutes to render the video into high definition. It then takes about an hour to save in high definition. It then takes about 2.5 hours to upload to YouTube. So it's a process that I can do fairly well now. I just let it go and paint or something while it's uploading, and stick a bit of music on, that kind of thing, which I'm definitely going to do today. It's actually funny because I went to the club. When I went to the club yesterday, I've put my iPod on shuffle. It's on random now, just playing whatever. And it's weird how some of the songs that you've forgotten about, like, just pop up all of a sudden, and it's like really good songs. I'm like, okay, some of them are terrible, I'll hold my hands up, but some are actually quite good. Oh, I dropped my paints. So what we're going to do next, which I'm actually going to end the video roughly about here. Well, I am going to end the video here, but I'm going to carry on painting. I'm going to get all the cream colour done on the Harlequins that I've got there. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to start uploading this, which means I've got to clean all this off again, which is underneath the camera. I'm going to finish the purple on the Death Jester, get him up to the stage that all these other guys are up to, and then I'm going to work on them all together. But as usual, thank you very much if you've sat and listened to my complete and utter rambling today, because I know I've been talking about a load of rubbish today. It's hot and I like talking, but thank you very much. I'm going to keep painting, like I said. I will be doing another one of these next week. I may do a little bit of a intro to Battlelux again, because it's a new club, new site, sorry, and the intro to Battlelux, which was done by a friend of mine, she had her own YouTube channel, and she done an intro to Battlelux. This was done probably 5 years ago now, maybe a bit less, probably about 4 years ago. It's quite out of date now, so I'm going to do another one. Probably talk to one or two of the other elders about Battlelux and what it is and stuff. But yeah, so that'll be next week. I may put that up next week instead of a painting video. And next week I may actually do the first Battlelux video, which will be talking to one of the members about their army, which I don't know which member yet. We'll find out next week. But again, thank you very much for listening to me rambling. I'm BigFriendlyWarGamer. I will see you again soon. Goodbye.